feel like I'm afraid to look away from the camera now. It has me on lock. I've stared into the void and it has stared back. Literally in the middle of nowhere. We didn't have like power or anything really at night. It was all ran off a diesel generator. I remember when they came and put phone lines into my home. I got a Game Boy and it was like the wildest fucking thing that had ever happened to me ever. I was like, holy shit, I can play things. Stuff's happening, other worlds, crazy. And I kind of just kept rolling with that. Like when we eventually laid hands on a PC, I used to make like little animations and videos and stuff like that, mess around in Game Maker a bunch and kind of just kept doing that and was lucky enough to be friends with a lot of people who also wanted to do similar things. I joined up with Radical Forge in, I want to say, January 2018. I should probably be able to remember the time off the top of my head. I was the third person at the studio. There was me and a friend of mine from university, James Montague, both joined through TEZ University's internship scheme. But yeah, we joined up and we kind of just made a start on things and hauled a lot of ass and did the whole Indie Dream thing and lived on little to no money, and yeah, like it was a good time. And we have managed to get big from there, so that's nice. I like several games, probably more than several. I'm gonna lean towards this handy prop for a second, which has been put on the table. Mirror's Edge is definitely up there, definitely rates high. Mirror's Edge is something that I played first, the free demo on XBLA, back when I still lived out in the middle of nowhere. And I was like, oh, okay, I don't really know what this is. I gave it a stab and it totally blew my mind. It looks kick-ass, like the visual of it, like it's so good. I literally had a reminder on my phone yesterday from 8 years ago, which was when I got my first gaming PC. And all I did for 2 days was just play Mirror's Edge and take screenshots to use as desktop backgrounds. Incredible. And the actual gameplay experience of it is very unique as well. In addition to that, the other one that definitely has to be mentioned is Yoshi's Island. One of my friends had a Game Boy Advance. He was the first person with a games console that I knew. And he turned up with a copy of Yoshi's Island and he played through it, and our entire school gathered around to watch him play Yoshi's Island. And that is the game that I saw that made me go, I need to get a games console. I need to play this. It's kick-ass, it has excellent game feel, the vibe's off the charts. We love it. The wildest story that I have to do with working with Radforge is probably back when I was still an intern. Bruce turned to me one day and said, hey, I've got tickets to go see Hamilton in London, but I'm not gonna make it. Do you wanna go? So he sent me down, he said 3 tickets. It was gonna be me and a couple of other people he knew. So I was like, okay, cool. Whilst I was in London, I received a message off Bruce that said, by the way, just so you know, the other 2 people you're gonna go watch Hamilton with are the technical director of a studio that we're quite good friends with, and also one of my close personal friends. You represent the studio, do not fuck this up. And I pretty much immediately broke into a sweat. Watching Hamilton was great, like genuinely really good. They were lovely people, both of them. But in the interim, whilst I was biding my time, anxious as all hell, I did the tourist thing and wandered around trying to find the Queen's house and stuff like that. And whilst I was doing that, I was checking out one of the many cathedrals, churches. I literally don't even know what they're called. I should know what it's called. And I found myself in the middle of an active wedding. So there is a selfie that I took somewhere deep in the Radforge archives of me just sweating in a too hot London, dressed for the Northeast, with the bride and groom behind me saying their vows, just panic visible in my eyes. And on my way out, I nearly bumped into the father of the bride, so that was great. I'm about to make a complete mess of this table, so apologies in advance. It's PEZ dispensers, like a harrowing amount of PEZ dispensers. It's too many. I don't like PEZ dispensers. People keep buying me PEZ dispensers. They turn up in the office. I don't know where from. There's so many of them. Somebody fucking save me. I'm begging you, somebody save me from the PEZ dispensers. It has become a thing that has outgrown me, and to be honest with you, I regret bringing it up in this because now it's broken containment to the wider world. I got PEZ dispensers for Secret Santa one year, and the guy that got me them felt so guilty about it that he also bought me some beef jerky, just to make sure that I wouldn't try and kill him or something. I don't think I've ever responded that negatively to a PEZ dispenser, but... You should just apply for Radforge. Like, you should just apply for Radforge, okay? Like, if you're on the fence, that just means you should do it, okay? Right? And what I mean by that is, it's always worth applying, because even if you're not perfect for a role that we have at the time, there's a good chance that you are getting to be on the list of people, right? Like we know who you are. Even if you suck when you first apply, if you apply again in the future and send us a new CV and everything's fucking brand new and shiny, you have a kick-ass portfolio. That's excellent because it shows that you've learned stuff and grown. And if you're just wondering and you're on the fence about it because you don't really understand what the vibe is or something like that, then apply anyway, because we do cultural interviews with people to get through. So you'll get to chat with people and hopefully have any uncertainties proved out by just chatting to like actual staff members. You won't be talking to me and have me go, this is Radforge. We're a very nice and shiny place. I'm sure you'll love it. You'll talk to actually the people in the studio and they'll say, hopefully, hey, it's a pretty cool place to work.